start recording. I'm recording. Great. So this is going to be another part where I complain about something. So last time I complained about Theft King's video. This time I have this guy, Amastal. I don't know how to say that. Anyways, I used to watch these shorts / videos where they're like, pianos are never animated correctly, and it would just be like, and they would play a clip of how the piano's played in the animated show, and then they would show you how it's actually played. So besides this recent example with Eggman, I do agree that this was not animated 100% accurately. And I know it's difficult to animate pianos correctly because the hand movement. But before this, there's like three examples where it's just nitpicking and wrong. And I just want to complain about that for a second. So, I left my comment. I'm going to use that as a basis for, I'm going to explain everything. I only use this one example about the devil. So, notice how those two are pretty much exactly the same. Excuse me. So, those two, what they actually played and what he did are almost exactly the same. And then he does this more exaggerated, and then he does this. All three of those sound almost exactly the same. The only difference is probably the style of piano, which you notice it definitely sounds very different. So not only do I think this example is very nitpicky, I say it here, the music played has completely different style than what you played. This means that the piano in the canon of the show is tuned differently / plays differently. I'm not claiming to be an expert on pianos, okay? So, and when you're watching this guy, it looks like he's playing more towards the end of the piano. Either that or his piano is smaller. But this guy has a huge piano here. Look at this. The hands, the devil's hands would be going right here and right here. Like, they're huge. But here, look at this. The ends are all the way over here. So, on that basis, it's reasonable to assume that they're different pianos, so not going to sound exactly the same with his piano. It just comes off as really nitpicky, you know. And like I say in my comment, I don't like these videos because all they seem to be is a guy gatekeeping how to play piano by crapping on how it's animated. Quote, "You're not animating it correctly. This is how it should be played." End quote. And one of my more... Sorry, I'm eating cherries. One of the examples that I think really drives home my point about this being just a dick measuring contest on this guy can play piano. This is the next example. I want you to take notice of the next part carefully. Okay? Did you see that? There's no how to actually play this. And what they actually played, and the clip sounds exactly the same. Like, exactly. Let me roll that back for you, real quick. See? It's exactly the same. Like, am I going insane here? Like, dude, they're not actually... It's the same... It's the same... This one pisses me, just drives home my pissed off meter. Look at that. What they actually played and the clip of the piano, it's the exact same. The movement of the hands too, look. If you're just looking at the clip, if you're just looking at the little corner clip of the Rick and Morty episode, and you're hearing that, you hear what he's playing. Look. Right after this, look. It's the, and then he goes like this. He plays the exact same thing, and then he keeps going to show that he can actually play this. It just, it's just, there are good examples. I'm not saying that, you know, you can't make, I'm not saying that you can't make fun of, you know, animation not doing it correctly, but this seems, the first 3 examples seem the most egregious. Like, it just, it doesn't, the fact that your first 3 examples of pianos not being animated correctly are not actually examples of it being animated incorrectly, I think that's just bullshit, you know? Like, you're not really convincing anyone, you're not really convincing me that, you know, that they're being animated incorrectly. I just found this and I just wanted to complain to someone, so enjoy, I guess, if you want to hear me babble.